Hello and welcome back to Man Cave Hobbies. So today's video is, oh boy, what did I do here? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I had some DJI fanboys tell me, hey, you know, you can't speak about the DJI stuff. You don't own it. So how can you keep talking about it? Well, I own it. And yeah, I'm not really surprised. I'm not really surprised by this because I've actually spoke to people before purchasing these things, and they gave me the true 411 on them. And they're not fanboys of Fatshark. They're not fanboys of anybody. I'm not a fanboy of Fatshark. I'm not. In fact, I think the owner or the founder can tell you that. I'm not a fanboy of the Shark Bite system. I'm a fanboy of the Whoop board because I had a hand in it. And it allowed me to fly my whoops, with this COVID lockdown and in winter in my shop. And anybody who's ever watched this video, who's ever seen my old videos of me trying to fly analog in that shop, come on, man. It's horrible. The constant popping of lights, the flashing, going from color to black and white, and the tearing when I had the rapid fire. It's horrible. But yet with the Shark Bite, it's not. And it's a single board. It allows me to easily make a Whoop or easily make a sub 250 because it's one board. Now, I do have the Vista coming. It'll be here on Monday. I did get the Pro, I think the Nebula Pro. And I know you can make the Vista into naked, so you can make it lightweight. But I asked Caddx about that. And the reason I asked Caddx is because Andy RC last week put up a review of the Beta FPV 85mm Whoop. And it has a naked Vista in it. I was like, ooh, okay, are they going to come out with these things? I contacted Caddx. They immediately sent me back a message, says no. And so I'm thinking, well, is Beta FPV going to come? Because not only did they say no, they said it's not engineered for that, period. And I said, well, people are using these that's what they're using them for. They're stripping off the heat shields. They're actually drilling out the corners to put them on Whoops. And they said it's not covered by warranty. I asked them, okay, are you going to make a Whoop board or anything smaller? They said, no, there's a lot of money that went into the engineering of the Vista system. That's as small as we'll go. That's what they told me, period. But I watched that review of Andy RC, and I seen the smaller camera that comes with, that you can get for the Vista. And I got to be honest with you, it's no damn better or even worse than the run cam that comes with the Shark Bite, especially outdoors. I mean, everything was blurred in together. The trees all looked blurred together. Now, indoors, when Andy was flying through his house and stuff, yeah, the vibrancy of the colors were pretty damn good. And that's something that run cam looks a little bit blurrier. It just has a certain fogginess to it. But overall, that little micro camera is really not that much better, if hardly any better, than the Shark Bite camera. So I am a fanboy of the Shark Bite Whoop board. The rest of Shark Bite needs to get better, as we all know, and I know it'll get better because I know what they got coming out. Fatshark, they got stuff coming out. But guys, you know what? Before I got these sent to me, seriously, and I got proof on RC groups, I was slamming the crap out of Greg from Fatshark. I said, for years you didn't offer a power button. I said, for years you're not listening to the customers about about various things, and you keep putting the different optic engines in the same shell. The V2 comes out. It has no power button. It's in the same shell. The only thing that they did different here was they added 2.4 gig and something else for that new little DJI drone, which I'm going to mention it. Yeah, it's my channel. I don't care. I don't get paid for this crap. That new DJI drone, I got a guy who sent me a video a couple days ago about that thing. I mean, a total video. Unboxing, flight footage, everything. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I will say this. I will announce to you right now, I was wrong. That thing is badass. In fact, if I think I could do it. If I had $1,500 or $1,600, I would buy that stupid thing. I'm not kidding you. That thing is, the footage was so butter smooth. I mean, it was so beautiful. It's way better than a GoPro on a 5-inch. I'll digress on it, but I'm telling you right now, it does do flips and rolls. That thing is kick ass. Just putting that out there, okay? Since I'm such a Fatshark, fanboy. Unfortunately, it comes with this. That doesn't fit anybody's head. I mean, whose head is this? A Frankenstein? What did you use, a cinder block or a pumpkin? I mean, for years, we've had review channels. You can go back and look at all of them. For years, they bitched about light leakage. That's a big one. They bitched about the HDOs by Fatshark and how they have blurriness on the corners. They bitched about, I already mentioned the power button. I already mentioned the shell thing. They bitched about, what's another thing? Having your cheeks hurt, making your cheeks hurt. What else did they bitch? Oh, not being able to tune them in because the IPDs just don't tune it in. It's too wide of a FOV. Seriously. In fact, these ones right here, the head plays. People bitched about that. They said it's too big. I can't. And even on the HDOs, which were like 50, they were bitching about it. It's too big of an FOV. I can't shoot gaps. I can't shoot gates. It's just too big and it's blurry on the edge. They did. Look it up. This thing, I got the pass apparently on all of that because I've never watched a video on these things where people bitched about any of that. And this has all of it. Too big of an FOV. I mean, it's like movie theater. In fact, it's so big of a screen, I can't get the diopters to get the corners in. Like the HDs. It blurs out the top of the corners. And about fitment to the face, oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm going to show you that in a second. The amount of light leakage is insane. I didn't hear anything about that. I heard nothing about any of this stuff. Yeah. And the V2s are $560 some dollars? For a 2020 goggle, that's what we're going to get? And somehow I got the pass. Where if this was made by Skyzone, Eachine, God forbid, Fatshark, Orca, they would have been just tearing it up about the fitment of the goggles. It's horrible. I mean, absolutely horrible. But I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it. Seriously. I've been trying to get this thing right for the last hour now. First of all, the jock strap's got to go. And also, I mean, these are wearables. Okay, you wear them like a jacket, like a coat, like a pair of pants, a hat, whatever. I mean, these are wearables. Okay, this is still lightweight and portable. It weighs 247 grams or something like that with the SharkBite module on the front of it. This weighs 450 some grams by itself. This I can throw easily in my chair pack. So I like to carry just one pack with me. It's a chair and it's a backpack. Everything fits right in the FPV portion of that backpack. These I'm going to have another bag, carrying around with me. And look at it. I mean, it's either hit or miss. I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to go for that fighter jet look. But I mean, let's be honest. I mean, let's just be really honest here. It looks like a bad mask from a high school drama class that we're doing a remake of The Fly. I mean, it doesn't work. I mean, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make the goggle look smaller, and it already is a pretty small profile on the side. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. But this here, they could have done a little bit. This here, it kind of looks like an owl, maybe? I don't know. It's a wearable, and it's bad enough I'm out there in the park playing with a toy, but now I got something that makes me look even dorkier out there. So, as far as... I'm going to turn this off and turn it back on, because I had to put a switch on it. Fatshark, you need to start listening to the customer and put a switch on these things. Okay, so I'm going to turn this back on. Now, first and foremost, no matter how I adjust these stupid things, and I've tried it with the jock strap on too to try to take weight off my cheeks, it doesn't work. It's the same thing. Okay, now I got player, audience, playback, and these are kind of blurry. The audience, or the playback and stuff, was kind of blurry. And the corner is sort of chopped off here. Now, if I close this, if I open this eye, close this eye, it's still a little hazy on the very corner. And over here it says no SD. that's pretty clear. It's a little bit blur, but not bad. Now, if I close this eye and I open this eye, great, it just went to a splash screen. It's got a screensaver in here, but that's okay. Now this over here, this corner it's just like the HDs. I mean, but now now I notice this corner is completely closed off. So, damn it, so now it's all the way out on the IPD. Okay, there's something wrong here. Okay. All right, so when I open this eye, close this eye, at the IPD all the way out, now it cuts off this corner on this side, so I got to kind of balance it back. So now I'm at a happy medium where both of them are blurred out on this eye here. If I switch to this eye, it's not too bad. It's okay, right there. Now I can see the corners sort of. This one's a little chopped off over here. But now when I open up both eyes, it's like I'm cross-eyed. It's just not quite as crisp. Like right now, I just went to the splash screen of the goggles, the quadcopter, and the radio. And right in the middle there where the headset is, okay, let's just switch to another one of the headset. But it's a little blurry, okay? Now let's talk about light leakage. Okay, you want to know how bad this is? I can see my fingers. Seriously, I can see behind me even though this is not lit up. I can see that mobility gate. I can see the man cave wrench. So it's behind this gate here, but I can actually see the open wrench here on the end of that sign right here. See if I can see my finger. Where's my finger at? It's right... Where is my finger? It's right here, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I can, so it's hard to do this. Oh, I'm way too high up. That's what's going on. Right there. Okay, right there. I can see that wrench right there. I can see, if I turn this way, I notice this. Okay, I can see behind me there's a boxcar, and I can read the Rio Grande, it says DNRGW 3339. So that's this boxcar behind me. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm also seeing the yellow boxcar that has the round symbol. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I think that's on, is that on this side? I think that's on this side. Yeah, it is, because now it's over here on this side here. So behind this gate right here, I can see my finger. There's actually a little round symbol on this yellow boxcar with the red roof here. And it's got white lettering in it. And then, okay, and I can see the mobility gates. I can read that out with the two flags. I can't quite make out the small print on this. Where's my finger at? Right here. Okay, so there's my finger. Let's go this way. I can't make out this small one right here. I'm getting lost because it's like backwards here. I mean, the lettering is all backwards, and where I'm moving my hand, it's kind of hard because it's backwards. So it's not, my hand isn't exactly where I think it is. Oh, here it is. Here's my hand. Okay, that lettering right there. Right there. I can't quite make that out right there, but I can see it's black. I think it says CAR on it. I don't know. I'll have to check it. But I mean, you get an idea how much light leakage, and I can see my fingers. I mean, it's massive light leakage. So, I mean, if I had the sun behind me, I can't even imagine if I could even see my screen with this much light leakage. Yeah, it just doesn't work right, guys. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. And now my cheeks are hurting. I mean, now they're all probably, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're red. And so is my forehead. And my forehead's now red. So the other problem is, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, dumb thumbs. I mean, come on, man. You can just get new foam. If it doesn't fit your head, you can get new foam. Okay, I looked at that. And this foam rubbery material, by the way, makes your head sweaty right away. But I've looked at that and I thought, okay, if I have more foam, right, and I just bring it just a little bit away from the face because I got thicker foam to make it more comfortable here and here, well, then it's really bad on the focusing. Now I'm really missing the corners. So it has to be mashed up against my head. So in order to get proper foam on this, it's actually going to have to be thin up here and thinner on the cheek. Well, probably not maybe so much thinner on the cheeks, but definitely up here, so I can bring it close to my face and see the whole screen. That's how big the screen is. And then it would have to fill in all this area here, and especially this nose piece, which I don't know who's got a nose that size. I mean, seriously, it's crazy. But this was never covered. And I get it. You want a positive review because the negative reviews turn people off, and I understand all of that. But I mean, there's a point where you got to be honest. These are $567 goggles now. For what? You know, I mean, if you're not going to get the new drone, you don't need the 2.4. So I don't really understand that. I don't really understand. I mean, why didn't the version 2 have an HDMI out or an HDMI in so you can play your simulator through here or watch a movie or something? I mean, they're definitely like sitting in the movie theater. I mean, you're having to search around in the movie theater just like you'd have to search around in here too. I know they do 4x3, so I'm looking forward to that. Maybe that'll kind of save this, but still the fitment right here and here and here is really bad. So I don't know, guys. I know this is going to generate hate. I know I'm going to get a lot of messages down below. Oh my God, you're going up against my deity, DJI. Oh my God, I get it. But at the same time, I'm just being honest here, man. I mean, I could read the stuff behind me off the screen with the screen on. How could they have missed that at the factory? I mean, what is this? Who has a head? I don't know. Can you see this? How flat this is? And all of the weight is right here. You know, when you look at these right here, these are the Goggle 4s by Walkera like 4 years ago. Or no, 2016. They have the screen up here, and then they have a mirror. And what that did was shorten the goggle up, the optic engine of the goggle up, and it put more weight towards the front of the head. And then they came out with this little piece right here, which, believe it or not, actually works really well on your forehead. So you don't have so much resting on your cheeks there. And it's a lot more broad right here. It's not as sharp as these are. These are kind of, they come out at an angle, they're sharp. This had a nice flat spot, so there's a lot more area there to hold up the goggle off your nose. Same thing, it's got a gigantic nose gap here, but it's Walkera. They built toy grade crap, right? And then if you look at the Scouts or the Cobra X's, which is kind of funny because, boy, did they get busted. The Cobra X, Sky Zone literally copied the patent, or they copied the design of the Scouts. And I don't mean like lightly copied it. Sky Zone, I hate to tell you this, but when you copy people's idea and you sell it, and the person who you copied from can go down and buy your product and literally just tear it apart and go, this is what we have. And I know it was really shocking to you that Fatshark actually patented that, but look, you're not dealing with Fatshark anymore. You're dealing with Red Cat, which is an American company that I think in the future is going to become very litigious if you don't stop your bullshit. Make up your own crap. Just make your own crap. Quit copying everyone else. And that goes for everybody else too. Okay? I mean, that's just ridiculous. But the Cobra X's and the Shark, or the Scouts, they did the same thing. They got a screen up here, but unlike Walkera, who just built cheap toy crap, they actually had real calculations. So you didn't end up with a screen like this on the bottom, and you didn't feel like it was always blurry, unlike these. So it took Fatshark, what, Greg spent 2.5 years on that design. That's why they patented it. They spent 2.5 years designing that optic engines in the Scout. And for all the reviewers out there, oh my God, the Cobra X's are just the most best thing. If you lick its plastic, it cures COVID. You know, I mean, can you imagine being Greg from Fatshark watching those videos, going, they stole my idea. You know, you didn't review the Scouts that way. I mean, you said they were great goggles, but you didn't review them the same way you do. It's the same damn optic engine. Of course it's going to be good. They stole it, literally. But you can see, I mean, how much of a better design that is because it puts the weight towards the forehead. These are just right here on the edge, and it makes your cheek the fulcrum point because the goggle wants to do this. So, I don't know. That's my review. You can put the hate down below. You can give me the thumbs down because I know you're going to do it. But somebody's got to be honest sometime. I mean, for 2021, 500 and some bucks, really? You could, I mean, I get it. You got to make money somewhere, right, DJI? I understand, and I do understand that. You got to make money somewhere. If you're giving out your camera for 50 bucks, which costs probably $50 to manufacture, and you got Caddx over there making the Vista, it's what, 5% margins? I mean, that's hardly any money for a $5 billion company or a $10 billion company, whatever it is. I think it's actually valued at $15 billion. You got to make your money up somewhere, right? So you come out with a $150 production cost on a goggle. You charge $567 for it. I get it. You got to make money somewhere. And now you got your new little drone you can make money on too. I'm not going to fault you for that. But what I'm going to fault you for is next time when you design goggles, try not to use the cinder block or Frankenstein or a pumpkin or whatever you use for this, and give us an HDMI out. I mean, come on, really? It's not that much. It's not that really that much money to put an HDMI out. You already have an out here, so why not just have an HDMI out and an HDMI in? People could use it with simulators. I mean, they could use it to watch movies. Might as well for 500 some dollars. I mean, for 500 some dollars, I can go down and get a 65-inch television. It's 4K. I mean, you know. I digress. That's my video. I know you're going to hate me on it. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And I'll be back with more videos this coming week. Thank you and have a great night.